Be ready, 10 seconds to go. Start. Sir, I strongly oppose the statutory resolution moved by the Honorable Home Minister to approve the continuance in force of Article 356. This is an article which has an anti federal and anti democratic character. No other constitution in the world is having this painful clause except Pakistan. If you go through the constitution of the United States, Canada, Australia, and Switzerland, you will find that no federal government is having the right to remove state governments. Unfortunately, our founding fathers have incorporated this clause in our constitution. Sir, the Government of India Act 1935 also deals with taking the powers of the states as well as taking the power of the government at the center. The British government during their period incorporated two sections in the Act for taking the powers of both the governments. But our founding fathers, conveniently for the comfort of the center, have incorporated the clause to take the state government under the control of the president. The Act of 1935 was opposed by the Congress Party because of these two sections, which assign the power to the governor and the governor general to take the control of state and federal governments respectively. The Act of 1935 was opposed by saying that it was a black act. The principle of taking over the state government was opposed during the freedom struggle. But unfortunately, it is now abundantly followed by our government. That is why I am to say that I am basically opposed to that article and I register my protest against the article itself. Sir, we know well that in the past this has been utilized not in the interest of the nation, not for protecting democracy, not for protecting the federal principle, but rather to protect the interests of the party at the center, either Congress or Janta. This article has been utilized only for the benefit of the party, not for national interest. Now the question arises whether this article has been properly utilized in the case of Kashmir or not. Sir, we know well that in the President's address, the Governor was lauded and complimented by the government, saying he has restored democracy, the situation has improved, the entire nation would be thankful to my friend, and so on. After some time, the Congress party is not in a position to tolerate the government of my friend. So, it removed the said government from power by utilizing Article 356, but at the same time, it did not dissolve the assembly. But now, sir, on the eve of the elections of the Rajya Sabha, the assembly was dissolved for the interest of the party in power at the center. Therefore, it is totally exercised for the benefit of the party here. That is not only in this case but also in other areas. I am to remind the House that the government is not serious about the elimination of terrorism in Kashmir. Sir, they thought that the state government is not competent to deal with the situation effectively. But what do we see now? President's rule has totally failed to arrest the situation. Rather, it has escalated during the period of President's rule. Sir, for the last 1 year, it has been reported in the press more than 2,000 people have been killed by the terrorists. Since January alone, 750 innocent people have been killed by the terrorists. What steps have been taken by the government? What steps have been taken by the concerned authorities in Kashmir? This has been allowed to continue. At the same time, as far as this House is concerned, it has given adequate powers, even more powers, to the government to deal with the situation. The parliament has passed laws and armed the government with arbitrary powers. We have approved the steps to be taken under Article 349 of the Constitution. More than that, our Constitution has been amended. As far as the Parliament is concerned, it has done its best. But as far as the government is concerned, there is no improvement. The situation is not at all improving. I would like to know what has happened to the decisions. So many decisions have been taken in this House. It was decided that a security belt should be created. Has the government created that belt or not? The nexus between Pakistan and the terrorists should be broken. Now, what steps have been taken by the government so far to break this nexus between the terrorists and Pakistan? We always blame that Pakistan is aiding, giving training, and giving shelter to terrorists. There is no difference of opinion on that. But what measures have been taken by the government to check all these activities of the terrorists? You are acting like the common people. You are also saying the same thing what the common people say. Stop